As human beings, we tend to form relationships. Now, these relationships are built on communication, simply talking and listening. And today I'm going to share 10 ways in which you can become a better listener. Number one, eye contact. Now, it has been proven that when two individuals lock eyes or establish eye contact, that it removes much of the distractions around them and helps to really, strengthen the communication between these two individuals. That's why eye contact is very important in conversations, whether it is dialogue or monologue. Eye contact is quite important. Number two, telling yourself that you're going to convey that information to another person. Now, when you're in a conversation and you're listening to someone, a very simple way of being a better listener and getting the bulk of what the person is trying to pass is telling yourself that you're going to convey that same information to another individual. Now, that way you give yourself an accountability system and you will not want to forget, so you'll be able to get the full bulk of that information, and that will help you very much in your listening skills. Now, the third way of being a better listener in any conversation is remembering that listening is a win-win situation. What do I mean? Let's say you're in a relationship and you listen to the other person you're in that relationship with. Let's say it's an intimate relationship. When you listen to this person profoundly, what effect does it have on that person? It shows the person that you really care. And when you have issues too and you're speaking to that person will also listen to you because of the way you listen to the person in the first place. So it's a win-win situation. Number four way to be a better listener in any conversation is very simple: putting your smartphone away. Now, in the world that we live in, it's so computerized and digitalized that everyone is glued to their smartphones. Whether you're a girl, you're a boy, old or young, everyone is glued to their smartphones. Now, it can help distract you in a conversation. So it would be very, very, very nice to put away your smartphone, or maybe just drop it on the table or an open surface when you're trying to have a one-on-one conversation with someone. Even if it isn't a one-on-one conversation, maybe you're in a seminar, you're trying to listen and get some useful information, it would be best to, put your phone on silent or on vibration so it won't distract you. It goes a long way to help you listen better. The fifth way that you can become a better listener in any conversation is trying to summarize and say out loud what has been said to you. What do I mean? Let's say someone is explaining a process like fixing a bike and the person is saying a lot of steps. One thing you can do is to try to repeat the steps back to the person, and if you have any mistakes, the person will verify and correct you on those mistakes, which goes a long way to achieve the purpose of actually listening to get information. Sixth way we can become a better listener in any conversation is quite simple: taking a walk. Now, when we walk, that walking exercise, moving of our limbs, makes blood to flow to our brain and helps us to be more intent and sharper between the ears. What do I mean? It simply makes our senses sharper and we tend to listen better. And on the other part of the other person, it helps the person talk more fluently because there's more oxygen supplied to the brain. Seventh way we can become a better listener in any conversation is just to listen. Now, what do I mean? A lot of people, when they're listening to someone in a conversation, or a dialogue, they tend to always interrupt that person, leaving the person no space to even land or make a point. Now, when you're listening in a conversation, dialogue or monologue, you should be able to hold your peace. If you have any questions, hold them to yourself until that person makes the point the person wants to make. The next way of being a better listener in any conversation is sharing a similar situation or similar experience in which the person is talking about. Not only does this make you more engaging, but this also improves the quality of the conversation, helping it spring more into more dialogue and overall makes you a very interesting person. The ninth way to be a better listener in any conversation is generally by just being more curious and being more hungry for knowledge. This usually works more when someone is explaining something very, very technical. Let's say something like building a software app. If you are curious and if you are hungry for information, that will help you be more fixated on what the person is saying. Other distractions will not be able to make you waver from what that individual is saying because you are just so hungry for that information that it makes you lock onto the person and listening to the best of your ability. The final way to be a better listener in any conversation is sharing your limitations into the person who you're having that conversation with. Sometimes a lot of people talk on and on and on for so long, and it takes a lot of strength and concentration to listen to someone intently, and you might just get tired or bored. So in those type of situations, you should just simply tell the person who you're listening to that you need to take a break. Maybe you go out and come back, maybe you guys can change location or whatever, so you'll be able to get the full information, which is actually the aim of being a better listener, getting the information and having a better conversation. Even though you might not be able to perfect your listening skills in a day, it's alright, it's okay. What you need to do is to keep on practicing. That's why we are humans, and we don't give up till we get what we need to get. Please subscribe if you're a human. Hope you enjoyed the video. It's always been a pleasure being with you guys. See you guys in the next one. Peace.